discussed with the commission where they're going to do a ceremonial handoff of the event and the effort to the community. Then they will do their due diligence and come back to us after that due diligence period with a business plan, and we'll be able to make a decision on that program sometime later in, I think, the spring of 2026. In the meantime, what the group is requesting to do is a special event at Lakefront Park on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. The purpose of that event is to do essentially a mass wedding for those who are seeking to be married on Valentine's Day. And originally the request was for approval for us to approve the acceptance of a donation that they wanted to make for a monument to be erected in Lakefront Park, signifying the city as the city of love. After our discussion, it sounded like it would be better that they would propose that next year once the commission approves the program. It would give time as well for them to fundraise and to have the sculpture constructed, which would also require the city building department to go through the process to ensure that the structure is sound. So really, tonight, the only direction I need is whether the commission is comfortable with us waiving the fees for this group to hold their wedding event on February 14th at Lakefront Park.
So what type of fees are we talking about?
We really haven't even selected the location yet, so I believe it's not a tremendously large event, so more than likely we would go either on the Brick Plaza area around Ruby, what we call Ruby Plaza, or somewhere over by the lighthouse. It's kind of what I'm thinking, but we haven't even gotten that far with the planning yet.
I don't see a problem with it. This is a great event. It'll bring a lot of notoriety, and I think it's a good thing, right? Do you have any specs on this, specifications on this?
The original proposal was 3 meters, which is 9 feet in height, and then I believe it was 16 feet diameter at the base. It's conceptual, the drawing that we got, and so I don't know what the materials are, and that was part of the issue. Timing is we need to know exactly what it's made of, what the weight is, what the wind bearing load is, all that kind of stuff, so we can make sure that it's good to go.
Okay, thank you. So as soon as you have that, let us know, because of course, size matters, and we have to decide where we're going to put this thing. I'm sorry, I kind of came out wrong.
I don't know. I mean, we could fit like 10,000 people in the park, but I don't know if they're going to have that many. I think Commissioner Ortiz, have you had conversations with them? I think you were thinking maybe 100 is what we were talking about.
Well, that non-profit organization where I came to, they have their alliance. We all know that workshop with another 7 countries, and what they want to bring people to the city of the city to make it like the brand, the city of love. That sculpture is going to cost over $10,000. They are trying to do a massive wedding that day. This is with the vision that the future we are building rental 2 hotels, a new convention center, and that's the purpose of this, to bring more tourists to the city of the city, to help a small business owner, everybody to make profit. That's the whole intention of this. And don't forget, they had an alliance with 7 countries.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that to our city. I think that's a wonderful move, and it definitely put us in a different light. So we're really excited. The city manager, as soon as you have more information as far as all that, and I think that's a great thing. And as soon as you know what it'll cost us, I also think. So right now we're not voting on anything. We're kind of just discussing this. Or?
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily need to. I think from a head-nod standpoint, if you're comfortable with me working with them to plan the event, and then I'll bring back to you what the cost is. Like I said, if it's 100 people, it shouldn't be. It's not going to be a large event lawn or anything like that we would need for this.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, commissioners, if it would please you, I think we should just allow the city manager to kind of get all the fine details on this and see where we go with this. it'll be a great move, and thank you for bringing this to us. All right, is that it for that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have, I do want to bring something up, Mike, about, I'd like to give some direction on perhaps opening again the real estate, insurance, and finance world businesses to our downtown. I know there was a moratorium, perhaps is what it was. I'm not sure what it was because I wasn't here back then, but we've had a lot of interest in having real estate. Sometimes, you know, some businesses are having a hard time with the retail part of it, but we've had some interest, namely Keller Williams, that's bringing 150 agents. And I think that would be a great thing for our downtown. I don't know what the next step would be, but if we can.
So, thank you, Madam Mayor. What the Mayor is referring to is the T5M zoning, which is zoning that is for most of the downtown district, core downtown business districts surrounding Broadway, has a special provision that says on the first floor of any building facing Broadway, the uses are limited to retail, restaurant, and what's called personal services establishments, which is basically barbers, beauty salons, nail salons, you know, those types of things. The code used to allow what's considered the fire industry, finance, insurance, and real estate offices. And the intent was to reserve spaces on Broadway for those businesses that bring a lot of foot traffic, so that you don't have storefronts that are essentially offices with one person or two people in there that never get any foot traffic for downtown. So all we would need is direction, a vote from the commission to direct staff to amend the code, and then we'll come back after advertising two public hearings. Maybe we have to go to the planning board for that because it's a land development code change. So it would come back to the commission sometime in January into maybe February after it goes through the planning budget.
So you think it would take probably 90 days to get completely approved if that were the case?
Maybe 120. You can just have that.
I think we need to do it as fast as, I think we need to do it, I think we need to do it as quick as either February, possibly in March. It does have 3 public hearings and there's advertising. It's a fairly minor change to the code. It shouldn't take that long. I already made a note, and I already actually kind of took some notes when I heard this was possible, so we've got to go trying to start at it.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, so I'd like to shed direction on that only because I feel that if at this point we have a huge company that's, and they're not just a nationwide, Keller Williams is a worldwide company, and I think it would be great for our downtown. So, commissioners, are you all okay with that? Yes. Commissioner Ortiz, you're good with that? Thank you. Commissioner Alvarez? Thank you. Commissioner Martinez, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
got direction. We don't need a full vote.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Also have interest on Super Bowl. I think we've talked about, and we've kind of mentioned it, but I'd like to, city manager, give you some direction on Super Bowl. If we can figure out a way, I know there's licensing that goes with that, and we've talked about it. Doing the Super Bowl outside, we'll call it the Bunny Bowl, or whatever you want.